Hey guys, it's Gert. As promised, this is a Q&A. I might have split this up in two parts, it depends, because I did get quite a bit of questions, but that just depends on how fast I answer the questions. So, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the WATTPAD questions first. The first question I got was from TicTacClho, and their question is, what is your favorite book that John Green has written? Let's see, I have read Paper Towns, TicTacClho, and I've started both Looking for Alaska and Abundance of Catherines. I don't know why, but I have not finished An Abundance of Catherines or Looking for Alaska. I'm just not sure why. I think my favorite would have to be TicTacClho. Probably because I'm biased that I read that one first. But yeah, I did like Paper Towns. It wasn't like anything I expected to be. I expected either Quentin or Margot to kill over. That's not what happened. You know what I'm talking about. I've read the book. So yeah, that's that. Next question is Blue Monsoon. What is your favorite TV show? It would have to be Revenge. I've only seen the first 3 seasons though, because I'm watching it on Netflix and that's all Netflix has. I do know that currently season 4 is airing, but I don't have satellite. I know what happened to Daniel. Cry. And I know things that have developed, but I have not seen it, but that is my favorite show currently. Next question is Hug and a Bug and a Mug, and I had a very similar question on Instagram by Impish or Admirable, and the question is, how long have you known about Nerdfighters and how did you find the community? Probably since April or May of last year. I know it was before the movie came out, but I cannot tell you when, but I know it was before TicTacClho came out. I found it because my sister is watching Sharpie Face on YouTube, and she kept telling me to search it. So, that's how I found it. Oh, I'm sleepy. On my Instagram, I have by We Are Nerdfighters, and their question is, what is your favorite book of all time? Let's see. I don't know if this includes whenever I was in middle school and high school, but I think the one that spoke to me the most would have to be TicTacClho. Actually, the first book that I had like an emotional attachment to, I read The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. That book made me cry. That's the first book I actually had an emotional attachment to. And I remember being in 8th grade and reading it, and that was a long time ago, and reading it, and I actually read the part where her father died while I was in school. That was the worst mistake I've made. Since then, I've read Dear John, and Message in a Bottle by him. Each of them made me cry, but not as bad as John Green. But I do like TicTacClho, I guess. Yeah, TicTacClho. Gracie5551 asks, what other YouTubers do you like? Graveyard Girl. Goodness, I cannot quit crying. Graveyard Girl, for her videos on, does this thing really work? I just like how the fact that she doesn't really do things correctly and somehow they never end up working. Next, I like Beauty K Love. She has some really cool tutorials. I like Olin Rogers, Katie Gregory. I can't speak. Katie Gregory, I believe. I will have in the description below all the ones I have. And several others. This, of course, is besides for Vlogbrothers. Next question is by CallieGirl24, and it says, if you could read only one book or book series for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? I'm gonna go with book series, not just one single book, because if I went just a single book, I would never pick. So book series, Divergent. I know what you're thinking. You'll crush my heart and soul every time I would read Allegiant. But there's 3 books, so hopefully it would be a while before I go back to Allegiant. So yeah, and the only reason why is I just like the growth Trish goes through, and some of the people that betray her, even though you don't think they will, because they're so goody-goody. But, Divergent. Last one, oh wait, not the last one on Instagram. Another one on Instagram is by Arena A, and theirs was, what was your first Vlogbrothers video? Sharpie face. And then peanut butter face. And then I watched one by Hank, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I can't remember. We have another one on Instagram, and the person is JoshuaaEwallen, and he asks, what inspires you to write? Life in general. It kind of depends on what I'm writing at that moment, but typically that's what inspires me. And the next, he has 3 questions. The second question he has is, do you have a clearly defined story in mind before you start, or do you just data set with an idea and see where it goes? I try very hard to have an idea in my head of how the book is going to end and how it's going to begin and end. Everything in the middle, I kind of have somewhat of an idea. By the time I start the story, it's not at all like my draft was, because the middle doesn't. So no, but I do try. The next one is, what are your favorite kinds of books of stories to read yourself? Probably dystopian. I just like them better. Also, I kind of like action-y stories. I know I read more sad stories, and I've never read like a book where someone didn't die, but I do like dystopian. And like where they're set and they have to like try to survive on their own. I just kind of like those stories. Oh my god, where's questions? Okay, we have these are the last 2. They're by 2 anonymous people. And the first one is, what is your favorite book movie adaptation? Out of the ones I've seen, okay, I'm going to go with what I saw last year. Tiffios. Only because it didn't leave hardly anything out. I think that's because of the director and the fans of the book. If you ask me what my least favorite book movie adaptation would be Divergent. That movie, if you were going to base when you went to go see the movie on whether or not you wanted to read the book, I feel like you wouldn't want to read it. Just simply because it's just nothing, in my opinion, like what happened. The way she's captured at the end whenever Dauntless is invading Abnegation. She was put in a tank of water. She was not taken out to be shot. At the end, Trish did not tell Janine she's Divergent. And Janine's not the one that shut down the program. Tobias is. My second qualm, she doesn't stop calling him 4. She continues calling him 4. Even if she knows who he is. In the book, she starts calling him Tobias. So. The next question I ask along with this, it's, what did you think of the Insurgent trailer? I didn't like it. Insurgent was my favorite book out of the 3. And I just feel like, whoa, paper's coming down. I just feel like the trailer makes me not want to go see the movie. I just didn't like it. There's a scene in the trailer where you can clearly see a piercing on Trish, on her back, and a tattoo. In the movie, she got 2 more tattoos on her shoulder. I do not recall one on her back. This trailer makes me question whether or not I read the right book. And I certainly think I'm going to have to read it again. The cube confuses me. I just have no idea what that is about. I think it holds the Edith Pryor video, but I could be wrong. Also, I could have sworn if it does contain the Edith Pryor video, in the book, Janine doesn't want them knowing. She knows what's in it. She doesn't want them knowing. In the movie, she wants them to know. Also, the Amity compound, when Trish is holding the gun, does anyone know if she can shoot it properly? In the book, she has like this guilt over her for shooting Will. The only thing I liked about it was Uriah. That would be the only reason if I decided to go see it would be because of him. So, But that is all the questions I have for you guys. I hope you liked them. Maybe in the future I'll do another one. So, bye.